So let's talk about something near and dear, or not so dear to our hearts. Kind of your quarterback leaving you, your guy leaving you, but so we're not so homerish, Colts hat guy. This time it affected the Patriots fans.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, Belichick, was he the guy? Brady, was he the guy? It doesn't matter. To me, it kind of boils down to, there's Pete, kind of got his Colts gear going too. It kind of boils down to the fans. I mean, you lost your quarterback, and that's going to be tough. Kind of two different situations. My guy got cut.
Kind of two different. Not really though, because
he got cut, man.
Brady didn't get cut necessarily.
He didn't get cut. He decided to take his talents elsewhere.
No.
Speech. He didn't go that far.
No. But Belichick, so he knew Belichick didn't want him.
Oh yeah. I mean, he felt underappreciated, and quite obviously he was. I mean, these guys sandbagged his salary for years, and no shock to anyone outside the Patriots fandom or organization. We saw them cut ties with so many guys.
Yeah, lawyer Malloy.
Oh my God, the list goes on. I mean, Richard Seymour.
Seymour.
One of the voters was Vince Wilfork. Oh my God, Vince Wilfork. The guy in the middle.
Yeah.
Man, they cut ties with so many guys. So, I mean, it's not out of the blue for the Patriots, but Brady?
Yeah.
Tom freaking Brady? He clearly felt unwanted. He clearly felt like he kept taking cut after cut to his salary. This guy should have made probably at least $50-60 million more just while he was in New England. And that's probably lowballing it.
Yeah.
Because he gave him back. Yeah. And what did he get in return? I think Kraft kept pocketing the damn money because they actually went out and got nobody for the money.
So what was Kraft using that money on to go to Florida?
Well, strip mall horse is what he was using. Because
he got a lot of tug jobs for Brady cutting his salary. Yeah.
Yeah, no shit. I mean, a strip mall. This guy couldn't have someone come to the house. He went to a strip mall.
That blows my mind. Just like that lady blew him.
That's fucking unbelievable. So this is what Brady kept taking hometown discounts for, was so Kraft could get whatever.
Yeah, so that's the lesson. Don't take hometown discounts.
No. I mean, look, more than anybody in the league, the Patriots have shown it's a business.
Yeah.
And when your value even starts to lessen with us, we'll cut you. And I get the fact that I think Brady was 40 when they cut him. I mean, that's old for a quarterback. But
they didn't cut him. His contract expired.
Right.
But
sorry. His contract expired. They really showed no desire to come up with a new deal.
Essentially, they cut him though. I mean, that was.
Because they didn't make a play for him. Maybe they made a play for him at $10 million a year. I don't know.
Right.
I don't know. But they probably did.
And he was like, "Fuck that! I'm not doing that."
Amazing on his part that for so many years he didn't say "fuck that," because
I think
surely would.
As much as I dislike Tom Brady, because I do, I respect that he was always a team guy, which he knew he had to be, by the way.
If you're not that organization, you're gone.
So, as much as and a lot of reason why I hate him is because he always beat us. But
of course. So Patriots fans know that. Mad respect, but we hate you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mad respect.
Obviously we both know he's great. I mean, there's no question about that. Peyton's greater.
We've talked about that.
Yeah, I know, but I just want to reemphasize that who the better quarterback is. So who is better? Or who is more important? Brady or Belichick?
Yeah, so that's the central question, right? And that's what
so
I think some people had it. They thought they had an answer with Brady winning the Super Bowl last year.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he went to a team that's
stacked. Oh
not
my
even,
God, stacked.
not even close. He had the best receivers. He had a top 10 defense.
Well, in fairness to him, a defense that during the regular season didn't show their potential.
Yeah, and guess what the record was, though?
Yeah.
That's why they were a wild card team.
So, but in the playoffs, that defense gelled.
Yeah.
And oh my God. And I get in the Super Bowl, the Chiefs line was non-existent apparently, but my God, you hold Mahomes to 9 points. That's freaking impressive. That was a great defense.
Come on. But so you look at the last two Super Bowl wins for Brady. His defense pretty much shut out the two best offenses in the league.
Yeah.
And how are you going to say that's Brady? That's not Brady.
Well, look, dude. So I'm not bashing Brady. So Brady was excellent in the Super Bowl. He was excellent in the playoffs. But that defense certainly came to play. And so you come to this year, and you've got the Patriots at 2-3, I think.
Yeah, 2-3, and
the Bucks are at 5-1.
5-1 because they just won Thursday. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So the Bucks are still a great team. Didn't lose anybody.
Yeah.
The Patriots, I think it's starting to show the years and years of not paying talent, not retaining talent, frankly, not drafting well. That's starting to show. And because Belichick is the general manager,
yeah,
a lot of that's on him. Almost all of it's on him. But I still think he's probably one of the most brilliant defensive coaches ever. He's top 5.
Yeah,
maybe above that.
I don't think he's the best GM.
No,
he's not picking talent out of his ass, left and right. But
no.
I'll tell you what he does do. Every week that you have to play them, they come up with a scheme that's specific towards your team. So it's not, so they have general principles, obviously. Every team has to have that. But 1 week he can run a 4-3, 1 week he can run a 3-4.
4-2-4. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
So it's all encompassing. So they change it up so much.
To your point, you and I were both shocked. We watched the Patriots Bucks game,
mm-hmm.
and we're shouting at the top of our lungs. Well, first of all, we think Belichick. He knows Brady. He knows his skill subset, and you and I have been shouting this for years. Shut down everything out of the backfield. Knock the crap. Have anyone come and doing a crossing route, and then protect the middle. The sidelines, single coverage. If he beats you, he beats you. Let me see him make that throw, because he had struggled probably the past 2-3 years, especially with the sideline throw, which is the most difficult for a quarterback.
Right.
You got to have touch. You got to have everything. So he kind of struggled, and so we were watching, and Belichick didn't do that, and it kind of disappointed me. Look, they held the Bucks to a reasonable score.
Yeah, I think it's like 19 or something like that.
Yeah, and still lost. So whatever. But
because they can't fucking kick. Every place Tom Brady goes, they have a kicker for some reason.
Yeah, no shit. But it was disappointing that Belichick didn't recognize a guy he knows very well, I would think. This is how you defend him. Didn't do it. And, they ultimately lost the game. So kind of lost a little respect for Belichick there. But I still believe.
I don't think he has the talent, but okay.
Yeah. Well, they're devoid of talent. I think their quarterback, though, is going to be good in the long run.
Yeah, but he's a rook, man. I mean, it's so hard to tell.
But if we can go back for a moment, the commonality that Colts fans and Patriots fans have with losing a guy who was the face of your organization for so long.
Yeah.
Let me preface this with saying, I think.
Yeah, let you preface this with showing, not saying, showing.
No, let me say.
Okay.
I think Patriots fans are some of the most knowledgeable football fans I know. Because, Boston is what it is. As you might imagine, we have a lot of Bostonians here in Austin, transplants, because, Boston. And so I know a lot. I know a lot of Patriots fans. I enjoy talking football with them more than any other fan base because they are so knowledgeable. And I've come to realize the reason is if you have a successful franchise, your fans pay attention to the rest of the league. So they don't. So Patriots fans don't just know the Patriots. They know the rest of the league. And the reason is because they know that come playoff time, they're going to be facing the best of the best.
Yeah, they got to know the other teams.
Right, so they pay attention.
Right.
I've had for years some great friends from Boston who, man, they would tell me crap about the Colts like, yeah, I didn't hear that, because they're paying attention. They know. You've got to watch the other teams. Yeah. Because these are going to be your competition when it comes back. So mad respect for the Patriots fans. And that's why I really feel for them in losing your boy. Tom Brady was everything in that franchise. And all of their Super Bowl success and most of their playoff success all came via Brady. So that's a big freaking deal. That's a big deal. So to lose that guy, I know it's hard.
Well, 20 years. So it's longer than what we had Peyton for.
Yeah, that's a generation.
Yeah.
That's a generation.
Yeah.
So, that's a big deal. So to lose him, I know it's heartbreaking. And then, so what you read online is almost all of them like, well, screw Brady. He's gone. We're Patriots fans. I appreciate that. I totally appreciate that. However, we'll go back homers. When the Colts cut and he's unemployed, he was virtually on a bread line somewhere, looking for food.
Okay.
He went and had to find a job.
Yeah. Peyton was on the bread line. Chop that meat. Chop that meat. He was
on the bread line, dude. He was on the bread line. So he went out and he found himself a job.
Uh-huh.
So long before there was the Brady sweepstakes, there was the Manning sweepstakes. So
yeah.
As a diehard Colts fan since 1983, what's one to do? This is my guy because he brought the most success that we'd had in low those many years. So what did I do versus what did you do?
Okay.
Well, here's what I did.
Yeah, let's see what you did.
Because this is my guy. I went out and I was unfortunately
a Broncos
fan.
Yeah. A traitor. We all kind of, you call it one thing, we call it the other.
Right. 4 years. But here's the thing. It was easy because it was Manning, so he was on television a lot.
Yeah, right.
So it was easy to follow. It was easy to follow.
So here's what I did. I had two teams. So
Did you?
I got to, I mean, luckily, well, not luckily, I guess, but Andrew Luck was just getting started. Still love Andrew Luck, by the way. I'm not mad at his
Oh,
decision. I know other people are, but I am not.
man. Gets to do himself, man. He's too smart for football.
Do you do you, man? So it is what it is. But love Peyton Manning. When they came to the Broncos, which we won that game, by the way. Or
That first,
when the Broncos came to us, um, the best moment ever. So we get to celebrate Manning, which I completely agree with. You should have done that no matter what. But then the sack fumble from Robert Mathis hitting him from the back and nailing his ass. I was cheering my ass off, and I love Peyton Manning, but I was cheering my ass off for Mathis because I love Robert Mathis as well. But I just love my team. I am that's who I am. I know we suck right now, but I still I know it's hard for Patriot fans because especially, oh my gosh. And I know what that feeling's like. The quarterback you had for 20 years coming back into your stadium, and you're like, oh shit. How do we feel about this? What do we do?
I mean, obviously
you cheer for your team.
Yeah. So that same game, that first game that Peyton played against Colts, for me, I figured it's a no-lose situation for me. Peyton wins, hey, Peyton got another W. If Colts win, hey, it's my team. So I think I know that most Patriot fans online are saying the right thing, like, hey, we're Patriots fans, screw Tom Brady or whatever. But I know there's a lot of, because again, for a generation, he was your quarterback, and instant success from the time he took the field until the day he left. There was instant success. So I know how you feel about this guy. It had to be heart-wrenching, and you also didn't know where to cheer. So I know that there was a lot, even though the Patriots lost. Patriots are obviously in semi-rebuilding mode. They had to take solace from the fact their boy is still winning. He can't play forever, can he? I mean, maybe he can, but I don't think he can play forever.
Who the hell knows, man? I mean, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Maybe Peyton was right that, he is a first ballot Hall of Famer as soon as he's eligible in 2035.
Yeah.
That could very well be true.
It probably is, because
that guy's in such great shape. Who knows?
Hey, man, I need to start eating more carrots and what's he doing? Celery and elastic bands. Yeah.
I haven't strawberry in 2 years now. I'm trying to stretch.
Shout out to TB12. Jeez, Pete.
Whole system. God, I'd love to have Guerrero come here and train me.
But we could get into the real nitty gritty and say that he can't do anything other than football anyway. But
we're not going to talk about his personality. No, we're not going to. But don't you think this though? Speaking of that, I think since he left the Patriots, went to Tampa Bay. Don't you think he's a more fun guy? I mean, he seems to be enjoying life more.
Yeah,
and he's letting some personality flow. And it's like, well, where's this guy for 20 years? Because all of a sudden, this guy is having fun. He's making jokes. He's just, I like this Tom Brady a whole lot more. One, because he's not beating the Colts so often. But
Yeah,
I
that's
like
right.
I like him a whole lot more because he just seems to be having fun. I mean,
I agree.
good for him.
And you know, look, I think Bill Belichick's one of the greatest coaches of all time.
He's
So
not he's not the, in my opinion. And we can talk about it sometime. Top coaches,
okay,
but
yeah,
he's
we'll
not.
get into that one, but um, the culture he cultivates, um, man, people are not happy. And I know it's supposed to be a business and stuff like that, but you still have to have some kind of fun, right? I mean,
So,
it's a sport. I mean, you're supposed to be having a little bit of fun, right?
yeah.
So I just don't think he cultivates the cult. And it's easy to say now, and you know, because he's only 2-3, but and they didn't make the playoffs last year. But man, I think I've felt that way for a long time, that no one could be their real selves. Um,
Right.
because of the culture he has to
And
strictly, you know.
there's nothing wrong with him being business because it is a business. You are professionals. I get all that.
Sure, yeah,
There's,
yeah.
there's nothing wrong with that. However, man, there's got to be some joy in your job. If there's no joy in your job,
Well,
I just don't ask you.
so a part of what we're doing right now, so we have to be ourselves. So that's part of the fun of it. Why else would we even be doing this shit? So you have to be yourself a little bit, or you're not gonna enjoy it at all. But that's, I mean, I I think it gets too much business like, where you can have some fun too, because other teams
Well,
have fun.
do you think time's passed him by? Is he no longer? I mean, the man's what, 67, I think.
He's almost 70, I think.
Yeah. So, I mean, do you think time's passing by can no longer relate to the kids in the business?
I think so. I don't think he can relate, but I mean, he's still a genius. But
Yeah. I mean, look, dude. So I'm 58, and I can't relate.
yeah,
I can't relate to 25-year-olds. I can't.
I can't.
I,
I'm
I struggle with
35, but I
you.
can't relate to fucking 25-year-olds. Are you kidding me?
I struggle with you, and you're what, 35. I struggle because I'm not willing to put up with bullshit, and I don't know anything about TikTok. So
Right. I don't either.
so
Obviously,
when
you don't know anything.
When your job is dealing with youth, and you better educate yourself.
Yeah, I mean, his whole team's on Twitter, and
I don't think they're allowed to be on Twitter.
oh, they're not.
I don't know. I'm guessing.
All this other bullshit, and it's like, there's no way, man. There's no way he's up on that. There's no way.
There's no way. I can't relate. I know damn well someone who's 10 years older than me can relate. There's no way. They can't. Because I don't get it. And now I would like to say I'm fairly hip, but I'm not. I'm not even fairly hip. I'm somewhat hip.
Well,
So
you have
just
both
no
your hips.
Yeah.
Is a good way of saying it.
Walking down those stairs later. Yeah, definitely. So I think there's that aspect, right? I mean, not only is he's got the business plan in mind, he's trying to save the team money, but I just don't think he can talk to. I cannot talk to a 25-year-old. I can't, or let alone a 22-year-old rookie. There's no way.
No.
I don't. I've got nothing to say to you. So
We just had my brother on,
right.
and I can't talk to him. He's 29.
It's 29. Yeah.
And I'm like, what? What are you talking about? Talking about Twitch and stuff like that. I'm like, what's Twitch? You watch people play video games. Okay.
Apparently that's the thing. Yeah. Yeah, who knew? Apparently, it's a thing.
So I don't know, but I still think. All right. So bottom line,
Right.
did
Oh, you want to get back to the point?
yeah?
Okay.
Let's try to circle back. Did Brady benefit more from Belichick or vice versa?
I think, in my mind, there's no question that Brady benefited from Belichick because when he won the Super Bowls, or even when he went to the Super Bowls, which is even as impressive, they went there by virtue of top defenses. The one time they went there with a top offense,
They
that's
lost.
year of 2007.
They lost to the Giants.
They lost. So I think it was their defenses. It's always their defenses. I don't care who you are. Obviously we're homers with Manning. He didn't go and he didn't win without a top defense. It's just a fact. So, but Brady. I think it's Belichick in that dynasty. But Brady obviously was a huge component of it, and I like the fact that he's doing well in his second job. But again, he has a top defense. So, and that's not Arians. And you and I both know.
Yeah, we know Arians.
We know Arians. Chuck and duck offense. I mean, this is a dude. For those of you who don't know, this is the dude why Andrew Luck's out of the league. It's a chuck and duck offense. Why Jameis Winston threw all those interceptions. It's chuck and duck. He just like throw down the field. You are going to get a completion, incompletion, or PI. That's his philosophy. He did the same thing with Roethlisberger when he was in Pittsburgh. He's just about your quarterback's going to take some punishment, but we're going downfield.
Yeah, so it's a 5 to 7 drop or 5 to 7 step drop every single time. There's no 3-step drop. Although Brady has changed that a little bit for them.
Yeah, I think Brady's strong enough of personality and obviously has the credibility to come and say, no, I'm not doing that.
I'm not getting killed. Come on, what are you doing?
I'm not getting killed. Brady had the credibility to put Arians in his place because he needed that. Yeah. Arians is a chuck and duck guy.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, the thing wrong with that, this goes back to Gilbride and the Oilers, blah, blah, blah. But the thing wrong with that is going to get your quarterback killed.
Yeah.
You just can't drop back 5 to 7 steps and unload it. That's too long. It takes too long to develop. You're going to throw interceptions, but most likely your quarterback's getting hit, even as he throws or right after he throws. There's no defense in the league that can't defend against that.
Especially if your quarterback's a tough son of a bitch. Like Andrew.
So Luck and Roethlisberger are perfect examples.
Yeah, they're tough. They're tough motherfuckers. They are. So
they were young and stupid enough.
Yeah.
To be those kids.
Yeah. And they'll stand in the pocket and they'll take.
Like Brady's not putting up with that crap.
Yeah. They'll stand. Manning wouldn't do that. I mean, not saying he's not tough because I'm not saying like that. I'm just saying, but Manning and Brady know, like, okay, the duck part. I'm not chucking. I'm not chucking it. I'm just ducking, and I'm literally ducking.
And both of them, when you compare to today's quarterbacks, both Brady and Manning both ducked a lot, and they were still standing at the end of the day.
Yeah, I mean, live to play another down, man.
Yeah, Brady had the one serious injury in 6 or 8.
I think it was. I thought it was 05, 06 or something like that, where he got the when Matt Castle came in and took his same team to 11-5.
11-5, yeah.
Didn't make the playoffs, but
didn't make playoffs. Oddly enough, the first time ever they couldn't take the East. Whatever.
Yeah.
You know, but they both had that same philosophy. Like, yeah, I'm ducking. I'm ducking. I'm going to live to play another one. So Brady had the one major injury, the knee.
Yeah.
And then, of course, Manning with the neck.
Peyton had the knee 1 year.
Yeah, he had that bursa sack thing. Yeah.
But I don't think he missed a game for.
No, he just struggled a little bit. Yeah.
But it kept him out. He was on the PUP list or whatever and stuff like that. But remember when he had that broken jaw that we didn't even know about? And then he's a tough son of a bitch. So I'm not trying to say he's not tough. I'm saying they're just smart. They know when to get down.
From all the quarterbacks that I've ever seen, no one got down and protected themselves more than those two. And you can say, oh, pussy. But the fact is, those two are very freaking successful. So go screw yourselves. Those who say that's a pussy move.
Yeah. No, I completely agree. And I'm not trying to say those are pansy asses, but Andrew Luck and the young quarterbacks were tough bastards too, but they wanted to stand up and throw in that shit. And no, man, you're not gonna last, obviously,
right?
So
so that's a discussion for another day. We can talk about.
Yeah. We could go on and on and on.
To sum up, I believe, as far as the Patriots dynasty, in my opinion, I believe it was Belichick. Not to disparage Brady in any way, shape, or form, because that whole team was part of that. And but to me, it's Belichick. And I think Patriots fans have to take solace in the fact that they're going to be back. I mean, we all know they're going to be back. And plus, the AFC East sucks, so it's pretty easy to do. Except for the Bills right now. Bills look good.
Yeah, they do look good. Finally. It only took them 20 years.
Thank you. Where were you 5 years ago, Bills?
It only took them 20 years. But no, I agree. I always hate this because I always played. First of all, I think Peyton's the greatest ever, but Brady's great too. I mean, he is great. But
top two, baby. That ain't bad.
Top two ain't bad. But Belichick's the greatest.
No,
and
currently.
You're saying, okay, we could shelf that.
So
we can go on and on.
Yeah, currently he's the greatest, but it's another time.
And I don't want to edit this shit, so.
Yeah, so you're gonna brine some ribs, right?
I'm brining ribs. Hold on. Have a good night.